Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pour Out podcast. I am joined once again on this fabulous Easter Sunday by my two wonderful colleagues, Davison and Sam Briggs. Welcome back, gentlemen. How are we?
I'm alright, mate.
How we doing? I'm doing good, mate. Doing good.
You doing what?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Bigots. I just thought this is going to be the first episode going up where I can say I'm moving to London.
Hey.
It's going to be in a few days at this point, isn't it? By the time this goes up.
Very true, yeah.
So, big exciting news. Stephen's moving to London. Now we just need to tempt Sam to get down.
Yeah.
Play a game of roulette. Say your address out loud, you won't. Not your London address.
I don't have an address yet,
Not
Sam.
your London address, your current address right now.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, Stephen's current house is going to be empty for the next 6 months. What are you actually doing with your house?
The door's a bit loose if you knock this part, and it'll come open without having to break the window.
Yeah, what are you actually doing with your house? That's
the
the
mice
question.
will let you in.
My cat Terence will come back and reclaim it.
Yeah, what are you doing with your house then?
Eventually I'll rent it out, but I need to sort of do it up a little bit.
Right,
and
okay.
obviously with LA coming up and London's expensive to move to.
Yeah.
You know, so gonna be need to get my feet settled in London first before I can start spending money on a house I don't live in anymore.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, that's what came to me. Like, I'm happy for you, obviously, but you know, in most situations, whenever we've been talking about going to America, every time I mention something that costs money, you remind me of how I shouldn't do that because I need to save for America. So I was wondering, how are you doing this while saving for America? Moving to the most expensive city in the country.
Yeah, well, it kind of, I don't really know how much you can say about leaving a previous job, but, you know, contract-wise and stuff like that. But I basically got to a point where I was contracted a certain amount of hours, and for a long amount of time I was working much higher than that.
Yeah.
Which was fine, and it was kind of like a mutual thing where it's like, it's not contracted, but this is how many shifts I do a week, and everybody kind of knows that. And then all of a sudden, I was kind of brought down a couple of shifts a week, and then it got to a point where I was like, it's not really sustainable.
Yeah.
You know, because when you get paid sort of weekly rather than on a salary, you know, when you get paid per hour, losing 1-2 shifts a week, suddenly you could be £400-500 a month down. You know.
Yeah.
And funny enough, financially wise, it actually made more sense for me to move to London and get a different job than it did for me to stay in my current job.
That's crazy.
Which sounds like backwards logic, doesn't it? Because of how expensive London is.
Yeah.
But the amount of money I would have been making at my current job, losing shifts, you know, it's
just too much to lose, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And the new job pays a lot more.
Fair enough.
How much?
How much? Might you think they're moving to London, mate?
Well, I've considered it.
We all become bomb makers.
Actually, that's what we all drinking.
I'm on a mix of red wine, and peach schnapps right now.
I'm on a mix of vodka and very little energy drink to go with it.
I will be honest, and I will say they are in two separate things. They're not just mixed together. That'd be a bit weird.
Oh man, come on.
You put them all in your mouth and just go like that.
Just
move
hope
your
for
head
the
around.
best.
Mr. Bean shit.
Well, I believe we've already had our first topic, so have a drink, boys.
All right.
Oh, I'm starting off with the wine. I'm not a wine drinker, to be honest, but
That's what wine's
that's
for.
awful.
You just down it.
yeah. I'd much rather shot vodka
But you know
than drink
what?
wine.
You know what? One thing I will say, this is really weird because this is Matt's territory, the inspirational kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
Okay.
But like
That worries me coming from Steve.
the move into London, like me moving to London, is obviously it's something I've wanted to do for like a number of years now. But there's always something that's in the way, like, you know, a big holiday, or it's always hypothetically it's always easier to do it in a year or something like that, putting it off, you know. But doing this made me realise how much control people actually have over their lives.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people I see, friends of ours, I was the same, just like fucking, you know, hate my job, hate this, hate that. It's like, you could change that. You know, you'll have maybe 2 weeks notice at your job. You could get another job in half a month.
Yeah.
But people just don't, because they just think they're trapped in it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've spent years now wanting to move to London and not doing it. And then in the space of 3 weeks, I went from applying for jobs in London to living in London.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know,
it's literally like
it's literally that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's literally that simple. It's just like a switch went in my head, and I was like, "Fuck! It really is that easy to just change your life for the better."
Yeah.
It's like, all right. It's like, all right, maybe I go to London, maybe I fuck it, you know, which could happen. You never know.
Probably.
Well, that's the thing. But it's worth a shot, isn't it?
Well,
To go to London and fuck it. I'm lucky in that I've got a house to fall back on, so if
Yeah.
I fuck it, I can move back, and that won't be such a problem. So obviously, a bit of privilege there. But you know, I mean, it's worth trying and failing than not bothering at all.
Stephen, I'm going to watch your first 6
I love
months
that.
there. I'm going to watch your first 6 months in London. If it goes to shit, I'm not moving there.
Stephen, it's so nice to hear you talk positive about yourself and some optimism instead of being a fucking pessimist about everything. So it's really nice to hear that. I am actually really happy for you.
I'm gonna say,
as
Matt,
much as
what
a
have you
bitch you
been
are to talk about shit like this. I know if I would have said I'm moving to London, you would have been like, oh, hang on, is this paid for? Coachella next year, Coachella the year after. LA.
Yeah,
Someone
no,
say,
yeah, no.
You
know what? You're not. Where's that £13 hotel money, Matt? No, but Matt, you're right. You know, if you said, I mean, even when you were sort of in limbo, and at a time where you were still planning on coming to LA, and you were like, fucking like, went up to Newcastle for the day, or something like that. It's like, Matt, why are you going up to Newcastle for the day when you like skint between jobs and trying to save for a 2-week holiday in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
But you know what? But now looking at it, it's like, just fucking do it. You know.
There we go, mate. It's what we're trying to get in your head. I'll figure it out. And now, Stephen, and now it's weird. I could actually come if I wanted to. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how stuff like that works out, isn't it?
it literally, you're in like the darkest, deepest like part of your life, and God, we're only 7 minutes in. You're in like the worst situation possible. Then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, brilliant. I can move to America.
Yeah, it's
Literally, I mean, that's what happened with George. If you remember last year, like he lost his job. He was in like the darkest point ever. And then within like 3-4 weeks, he had like his dream job, and he's fucking working on film sets and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just
sick.
And he's killing it.
I remember being on call with him, and he was like proper like real down and dark. So I had an hour long call with him while I was driving back from Stourbridge, and I was like, right, get on Indeed right now. Do not stop fucking applying until you get a response. And I was like, fucking apply, and like proper drilled it into him. And then a few days later, he was like, right, I've got a trial. Filmed it where we had to make the video, me and Alice, and then next thing you know, we had it, and I was like, fucking go on, mate, fucking go on.
So with websites like nowadays with websites like Indeed and stuff like that, obviously it helps if you've got experience in certain things, but with websites like Indeed, where you can literally, it's a list of jobs, you could just go through and apply for loads. Like I literally, I won't lie, with like, to get a job in London, I literally applied for probably 70 jobs, something like that, just bang, and maybe I got 10-11 responses, something like that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not a low, it's a seventh or something of the places I applied to, but these places gave me interviews and I came away with 2 job offers.
Yeah.
So like that's all you need. You don't need everybody to reply to you.
Yeah. Just it's a law of averages, isn't it? The more you do it, the higher chances that you're going to get something out of it. It's like, Sam had loads of friends, and then he had me and you as a combination of friends, and thanks to us, we managed to get him out of his old job into this new job that he loves.
Yeah, by constantly bullying him about keep staying in his job.
Yes, it was traumatising.
And now bullying him about this current job.
Yeah. Funnily enough, they're quite opposite things you're bullying me about as well.
Right, gents, so I've got a topic to bring us into it. So,
right, drink.
Would you rather your dad catch you shagging your dog, or your dog catch you shagging your dad?
Okay, drink. Definitely.
That's more like pour one out.
Oh, Matt, why did you have to say that while I was drinking
fuck. Can I just say, I've been doing XIX vodka for the last few podcasts we've been recording, and shotting it is so easy, it goes down so smooth. Today I'm doing Tesco £7 vodka, and it's like paint stripper, it hurts my throat. But to answer the question...
Stephen, you answer first, I'm still choking on this fucking drink.
I'm doing fucking vodka. How are you choking on a drink?
Because Matt's. I was mid-drink when Matt started the question.
Sorry, mate.
Right, I would say if I had to answer, I'd prefer my dog to catch me shagging my dad. Because here's my logic, right? Then it's not bestiality, you're shagging a human, and also the dog's not going to tell anyone.
I said that to my mate. I said dogs won't snitch.
That's
the only thing I said. So maybe my mate might have thought I meant choose the dog. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
A dog won't snitch. He's going to tell no one that I was roaring dick. That I was raw dogging it.
Oh, I don't know if I want
do it doggy style.
I think I'd agree with Stephen on that one. I'm not going to say what I was going to say towards Stephen's answer, but
I couldn't shag my dad if I wanted.
Oh. No.
I could. But
No, it wasn't.
I could, but I'd get done for grave digging.
It wasn't that. It was I'd be surprised if your dad could watch you shagging a dog.
Why? Oh, okay.
Good job. Just what?
No, it's like no. It's because I made the dead dad joke, and then Sam was like, "No, that's not what I was going to say," and then he said that. So I thought, well, it can't be a dead dad joke. So what? I don't get it.
Well, while we're on it, Stephen, can we just highlight my reply to your comment on that TikTok?
Oh God, yeah. Sam, did you see that?
No,
Sam, please pull it on screen.
There was some really fit girl doing like a thirst trap or something. On TikTok, I'd commented on it saying, "I've already told my parents about us," and Matt just commented saying, "Highly unlikely."
Stephen thought I wouldn't find him. I just saw Stephen Davison comment on this random thirst trap TikTok, and I thought, oh yes, I'm getting you.
Oh wait, did you put this in?
You know what? I never even comment on TikToks. I never comment on TikToks unless it's like someone we know. This one, I thought, no, she's too fit. I'm gonna have to comment.
And you
Sam,
have a look again?
Sam, it's on Twitter.
It's on Twitter, right? Okay.
I've sent it to the chat. There you go.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I saw it and I thought, after all the shit I've gone through, it's not good.
No, you know what? I love it when I'm used to Sam doing a dark dig like that. When you do it, I love it. It takes me by surprise. I don't expect it.
I know, and then I can't sleep for months thinking about it. How much of a horrible person I
am. Jesus. Oh god.
So yeah, that was my topic anyway, guys.
That's such a weird.
That's
thing
your
to
one
say.
topic.
No, I've got a few more, but I was going to say.
Right.
Oh, Stephen, that's such a weird thing to say on somebody's TikTok. I'm so sorry.
It's not.
What? My comment? No. To be fair, I see. The only reason I thought of commenting that is because I've seen so many people comment that same thing before.
Oh, fair.
I think it's funny. You see so many ones like that, and it's so fucking hilarious. TikTok's full of weirdos though.
Yeah.
It's so funny though on TikTok. Like everybody in the world, all like derivations of people are on TikTok. You can see a thirst trap from a guy or a girl on TikTok. You go in the comments and there's both guys and girls commenting fucking being thirsty.
Oh wait, is this that? I think I can see the girl's head in the.
I could not tell you the name of her.
It's I think that's Mill Wallbank. She does the She does the.
She one of your
what's
mates?
it called jokes? No, I wish. No, she.
Sam, it's bad that you know her name.
No, she does the Draco
Malfoy.
She does the Draco Malfoy thing on TikTok. It's hilarious. I think that's her.
I can't say I've seen that.
If I see it,
I imagine mine and Stephen's TikTok is slightly different to yours.
Hold on a minute. I think it's her.
You know what, Matt? You're not wrong. I felt so weird the other day. I assumed like everybody's TikTok For You page is like just thirst traps. And I was speaking to like a female friend of mine saying like, oh, you know, TikTok don't really go on it that much. And For You page is just thirst traps, which can get annoying. She was like, mine isn't. I was like, what?
Just like
she was like,
shit.
She was like, yeah, no, I've managed to avoid thirst traps somehow. I was like, oh yeah, no, well, there's not that many thirst traps on my For You page, you know.
Just the one or two. Just guys as well.
I'll send this in the chat. This is her here.
Stephen can't see it till afterwards, so
I can't see it, Sam.
I'll describe it to you. Maybe we should start putting some of this stuff on screen for Geordie to see.
Oh, that's her.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I do know who she is.
What was it? I was going to say something.
Oh, Stephen, that's jokes.
What's
Matt,
crazy about
Matt, I
TikTok?
just thought you didn't. I just thought, Matt, you didn't answer the dog or dad.
Same as you, mate. Same as you and Sam.
You'd shag your dad.
In this situation, yeah, hypothetically.
I love the way you answered that, so Stephen could not prove it.
Yeah, I saw the cogs in his brain turning then.
I did it the other day. I text Steven something and I had to do it in quotation marks so he knew it wasn't me. Because I knew he tweeted out. But going back to TikTok, like I saw this girl on TikTok the other day, so I started reading the comments, and there was
hang on, boys, that's another drink.
This weird, like, you need to drink for this one. Like, TikTok's full of like proper weirdos. Like, I can't remember it exactly, but someone was commenting just like, "Mummy, sit on my face" or something like that, and someone replied saying like, "Dude, she's 16 or 17 or something," and that also got loads of likes because people are like, "Oh yeah," and then the original guy replied saying like, "Worth it" or something like that. And I'm like, there's all about making jokes with your mates and that, but like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would you put that online? Especially when it's like older blokes too. Like, you know, like when they've got their misses on like their Instagram, or they're engaged, or they've got fucking kids and shit. I saw another one of them on Twitter today, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's so weird.
Honestly, I find it so. One of the things I find so funny is like OnlyFans girls or something who'll post on Twitter like some middle-aged man sending them a DM and being like, "Oh, you know, I'd leave my wife for you" and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then the reply just being like, "Right, I found your wife's Facebook profile. I'm gonna send it to her."
Yeah.
And they're just like, "No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I was hacked. I was drunk. I didn't mean to."
Wrong person.
It.
It's just like, how can you be that? There's all like being 13, 14, making that mistake, but how can you be like a 40?
The thing is, though,
to be fair, I think everyone. Matt, that's the thing. Did you have MSN when you were?
Believe it or not, mate, I did.
Right. Well, just because MSN was more mine and Sam's sort of era.
Yeah.
But like, it was very Sam. I assume you did this because you were probably as sad as me. But it was like you'd message a girl like that you liked, being like, "Oh, you know, I found it. Do you want to go out?"
Wait, hold on. Is it the log out and log in thing?
And then when. No.
Okay.
You'd message a girl that you like, being like, "Oh, do you want to go out?" Or so, you know, saying that you like them, something like that. And then when they inevitably reply saying that they don't like you, then it's just like, "Oh yeah, no, my friend was on my MSN. Sorry, it was my friend messaging you."
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to say the thing where like, because every time on MSN when you log out and log in, it gave everyone that was online a notification, like a sound. I thought it was going to be that to make sure they'd seen your message. But yeah, I've done that as well.
No, that was worse. I don't think a single girl ever believed it, but it was just like the cop-out response, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so that you could save face.
We played, me and my friends, George King was there, we played the phone game from the In-Betweeners one, you know, where you swap phones with Stephen.
Yeah.
We're about 11, maybe 12, and one of my mates sent a fucking disgusting message to a girl I had a huge crush on. It was fucking horrendous. And I was like,
God. What did it say? What did it say?
I don't know, mate. We were about 12, maybe 11. It was a long time ago, but it was fucking horrendous. It was my fault because I wanted to play the game and I knew I was getting myself into, but then I didn't think it'd be that bad. I forget George King was there.
Matt, you were literally like Will, just like, come on, that's too far. Like, that's literally the point of the game.
No, literally, like, you literally wanted this, like, oh shit, yeah, I guess you're right. But going back to that MSN thing, it's just like, holy shit, she's gone offline rather than say yes to my birthday.
I remember, MSN, you know, you used to be able to put, obviously, like a bio on there. And people always used to put, like, loving my GF and then name whoever it was, or BF, that sort of thing. And I remember at the time not knowing that everybody could see that. And I put loving my fit GF and then a girl's name that I really fancied. And then people messaged me, including her, being like, what the fuck? I didn't realise, like, this was very, very young for the record, but like, I didn't realise.
What she
but
was?
Like, still fancied a 6-year-old. But I didn't realise that just everybody could see that. I don't know why. I just assumed that it was just me. And I was round a mate's house, and I thought, oh, this would be good to show off. I've got a girlfriend and that. And then people message me like, why the fuck have you put this is your girlfriend when it isn't?
Oh, God.
Stephen, was this before the bullying started and it started because of this? Or?
Oh no, this was like way down on the list of things I got bullied for.
We presume you were. Were you bullied in school?
Oh, please. That question.
Do you miss having sex? No, this was like this was year 7. This was like start of year 7, where I was like trying to show off and like make friends, and then I gave up pretty quickly.
I'll just be by myself.
Oh, Stephen.
Okay, that was good. Stephen, what? So you're in London right now, aren't you? What are you doing in London? Who you meeting in London? Specifically, blonde, female.
Well, she's coming later with her boyfriend.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. But no, we're down for Callum's birthday. Obviously, people who watch the podcast. Oh no. Oh yes. Sorry.
He's watching the football, guys.
Sorry, I should also say I'm watching the football directly behind this, and we nearly conceded a goal, so I got very scared. But no, we're down for Callum Glanville. I'm down for Callum Glanville's 18th birthday. Obviously, Callum's been on the pod, so hopefully you've seen that. If not, go watch it, because it was a really good episode, probably.
Stephen, the only person that watches this is Geordie. He's watched it.
You are? Yeah.
I said the only person's watching this is Geordie, mate.
You know what? I got a message. You know, I did the questions thing on my Instagram. I got a question like, "How did you get James Bourne on? How did you get James Bourne on the podcast?"
Yeah.
And then they were like, I answered that, and then they were like, "Yeah, I'm halfway through the episode." It was like, "That's 2.5 hour episode." Credit to you for getting through it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Respect.
Especially when like my audio on that is so fucked because Sam had to record it from Discord. Like it's painful to listen to. It hurt me to do the clips, let alone the fucking.
It was painful for me to edit the 2.5 hour thing.
It's painful for me to just sit here and relax while you guys struggle.
Oh, Matt, I hate you. I mean, I love you, man. Yeah.
That's alright. I'll make clips for the podcast account. Like we did that Alice one, which just blew up out of nowhere.
That's true. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. But no. Oh God. Right, Stephen. You said you had a few topics.
Well, yeah. I've got an interesting story. If you want to hear it.
Yeah. All right, do that. Because that takes to the break, and then I can take over after the break.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone have a drink.
Oh, just down the rest of it.
I think. Yeah, go on, mate. The whole lot.
In the lovely crystal wine glass. That's courtesy of my mother.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
There's
Right,
two cream eggs looking at me. I really want them.
Oh, Matt, you missed out. I showed Stephen all the Easter eggs behind me.
Oh, for the kiddies.
There's about 10 cream egg Easter eggs, but yeah.
No. How could it?
You're gonna Sam, did you say you're gonna cream the kiddies?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Lovely. No.
Oh, that's good on Twitter. There's an Instagram reel in that.
Right.
No, so okay, interesting story. Let me take you back to year 8 of high school.
Oh, was this when you had friends, or were you still trying to make friends?
No, believe it or not, this is when I had friends. But like my only friends. my friends weren't like at school. I had friends like, outside of high school that I'd been cramming with and stuff like that. No, but it was like realistically, at that sort of age, in that year, basically all my friends were people that I went and played football with.
Right, okay.
So, like nearby, Sam, me and you've been to play football, haven't we?
Yeah,
the AstroTurf, never mind before. So there's an AstroTurf at a high school nearby, and it was always locked. And there used to be a big hole in the fence. Everybody used to just climb through and go play football on there. And then I remember I'm not the most athletic guy in the world when it comes to like climbing and shit like that. So I'd never climb over the fence. But this time I was with a few new people. I was trying to show off. A couple of people climbed over, my mates. So I tried to climb over as well. I got to the top of the fence, went to jump off, and sort of fucked my landing somehow. God. And then all of a sudden I was like, I can't fucking walk.
Oh no.
I was like, I can't stand up. Like I don't know what to do. And bear in mind, obviously, technically, we're on this AstroTurf illegally. you know, because it's locked. We've climbed over into it,
Yeah.
so it's like there's nobody at the school that we can go get for help, you know. So we were like, right, don't know what to fucking do. My mates were freaking the fuck out because I couldn't stand up. And essentially got to a point where my mate tried to help me up, and I was like, I basically fell straight back down. I was like, it's not happening. Like, I was literally like, if I try to walk, I feel like I'm gonna like hurt myself even more. I didn't know what a broken leg. At that point, I don't think I'd ever like broken a bone or anything, so I didn't know what that felt like. And a mate of mine called an ambulance because he was like, well, if you can't, well, yeah, no, because my mate was thinking like, this is like half a mile from my house, so it was like, if you can't fucking stand up, then you're not gonna be able to get home, are you? So if you can't stand up, then you're gonna have to go to hospital and find out what's actually wrong with it. So he called an ambulance. They turned up, but they couldn't get in because obviously the gate's locked.
Oh fuck!
So they had to fucking stand outside the gate, asking me like questions, trying to find out what's wrong, stuff like that. I was like, the fucking leg. What do you think's wrong with it? But so they eventually they called some like out of hours people from like the school who came and unlocked it and that kind of thing. Went to hospital. Turns out, if you could put a graph up of a foot on the screen at this point.
Okay.
Like with the bones in the foot, I mean.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you... Actually, you know what, I'll put a video on so that you guys can see this. Essentially, across, like, there, on your foot, every bone across there is called a metatarsal bone, right?
Okay.
And I broke every metatarsal in that foot.
Oh my god.
As well as two toes, like my two littlest toes.
Oh god.
How did you manage that just from jumping?
So, I don't know. I must have just like landed on that foot and sort of gone over on it or something like that. Obviously, it was like an impact injury.
Yeah.
But so that injury, and then it was like this wasn't during like half term or anything where I could just relax and like recuperate. But that's fucking. I mean, that's there's 7 bones technically that have broken there.
Yeah.
So I ended up. I was off school in year 8 for 3 months.
You milked it a bit, mate.
No, literally. I mean, I wanted to go back to school after a certain point because I got fucking bored. You know, I was 13, 14 years old. Not a fucking lot you can do. But it was basically the injury was so severe that it was like I could not put pressure on my foot at all. Like I wasn't allowed. Especially for the first like month, I wasn't allowed to put pressure on my foot. I had a wheelchair. I had to be in a wheelchair with like a leg propped up. The one that was fucked, obviously. So it was like it was a mad 3 months, and then it was literally a case of even after I went back to school, like they sent homework to my house for me to do, so that I didn't like fall behind and stuff. It was like, oh, very thoughtful of you, thank you. But it was literally like, it was almost like seeing the other side, because I was like, I can't imagine being properly disabled, you know, that sort of thing, to the point where that's your life, not just a temporary period where you're recovering from an injury, you know. I mean, it was literally, I remember at one point I went to like a shop with my mum, and I had to go in one of those, like, you know, like the automatic...
Yeah, I bet you lived in it, razzing around on one of them.
Like the automatic, like, scooter things that they have at shops sometimes, at the big shops. I had to go in one of those, which when you can walk around and stuff, you think, that'd be fucking cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But then, at that point, I was like, fuck, like, nobody fucking cares. People just, like, barging into me as I'm going through, like, the shop and that. It's like, nobody cares, you know. But it was like, so I was off school for 3 months in year 8, and then when I came back, the doctors were like, you know, you're not allowed to take part in any sport for 6 weeks.
Fuck.
Which I ignored and just played football straight away.
Sounds right.
Ended up fine. But yeah, and then I ended up with, for some reason they were like, oh, we can't let you because I used to get the bus to school, which was like 30-40 minutes, and they were like, we can't let you get the bus to school in case someone accidentally stands on your foot, because it would then fuck it back up.
Yeah.
I was like, alright, bit weird, but fine. But the council literally paid for me to get a taxi to school for like 2 months. Yeah, which was weird as fuck. Every single morning I'd get in a taxi and go to school with the same driver. It was really weird.
Oh.
That's
nice of him to pay for that. But...
So that's my interesting and weird story. I was off school for 3 months because I fucked my entire foot up.
I can't believe you were trying to impress some people and you did that.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like, I knew that I wasn't that sort of. I knew I wasn't like the climbing type.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Like, I'd literally, with other friends, like before that time, I'd tried climbing over that fence before and not been able to like do it, and had the sense about me to be like, I'm not gonna be able to fucking do it, so just don't bother, you know, and just fucking leave it. But this time it was just, I don't know, fucking like hormones, whatever, trying to show off, trying to impress people. I was like, fuck it, you know what, my mates have done it, I'll do it. And then that happened.
Oh, you've not had a good life, have you?
It's not been positive, has it?
Now you know why I'm a pessimist.
Everything sucks. Okay, cool. Well,
right.
that
should we make our way into
that
the
takes
break?
us successfully onto the break. Me and Sam can go walk away from that and just gather our thoughts. Okay, thanks for watching the first half. If you enjoyed, I've got conspiracies the second half, and Stephen's got another topic to bring us in on. Hopefully, it's weird. Guys, we'll see you in the next bit. Bye. Hello and welcome back to the Porn Out Podcast. We're back from the break. I'm still joined by my fantastic colleagues Sam and Stephen. We've had a hefty debate about me trying to go to London. I'm still working on it.
Pussy.
Yeah,
Pussy.
Stephen,
You do it. You should do it.
Pussy. You are what you eat. Stephen, you've got a topic for us to bring us back in.
Fair play, lad. Fair play.
Brilliant.
That's proper deadgy one.
Matt, I've got a question directly for you. But let's all have a drink first.
A question for me. Oh, lovely.
I've not heard this question, but Stephen's told me about a question. So.
Dear God.
Oh,
I can only imagine what it is coming from Stephen.
Is it do I like anal?
We've finally turned the question round on you. No, okay, so I will mention I heard this on a recent Happy Hour episode, and I thought I've got to ask Matt.
What? What?
No, it wasn't about Matt. It was a question they asked to each other. And I thought I could take this for us. It wasn't. Jack May didn't suddenly go fucking right. Let's talk about Matt Stokes.
Matt shit.
To be fair,
I did, mate.
To be fair,
most people we buzzing. I'm like, fuck, what?
To be fair, it's not out of the realms of possibility. Lawrence McKenna did once.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, Matt. Here's your question. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you are 1 inch into Sam. Okay.
Yeah.
And I am 1 inch into you. Which direction do you go to get out of that?
Into Sam.
Into Sam rather than backing up into me.
Yeah.
I was expecting more of a talk about this, but okay. that was kind of worryingly quickly.
Sam would understand that it's just to get out of the situation, whereas you'd be a bit odd about it and you'd make like clips about it and that, whereas Sam would be like, don't worry mate, just do what you gotta do.
I wouldn't be filming it.
You're quite violating and non-consensual to this.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, you then, Stephen.
No, Stephen told me it was a question for you and now I'm involved.
Right, okay, back to you then, Sam.
If anything, that's what it'd be like to me, to you.
No, but I have such an unusual thing about individuals going near my rear end. No, not necessarily. No,
not necessarily.
About, things going towards my rear end, like it proper like weirds me out. Like even if like someone like would squeeze my bum or something, I'd be like, oh, proper get freaked out by it.
I think that's just a guy thing, innit? It's just anything. You grow up thinking like, right, anything near my arse that makes me gay. and growing up, that's not something you want to be. because you're just kind of led to believe that's not a good thing to be when you're a kid. So you just instantly associate anything that goes near your arse as something bad, despite the fact the male G-spot is in the arse.
Yeah, we kind of got focused on that one, didn't we, lads?
that is the interesting part, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I heard that on Happy Hour and I thought I've got to ask it here. They asked that and Robbie Knox said, "What makes you think I'd want to escape?"
That is a good answer. Right. Okay. All right, Stephen. That was an interesting one.
I'm glad you thought so.
Okay, cool. So for mine, I said to you guys I want to do a bit about conspiracies, right? So instead of doing an actual like conspiracy episode, which I will do probably within the next few, I've basically just got a list of different like conspiracy statements, if you will. So I just want to hear your opinions on each one. I'm just going to go through them as we go along.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, that's a drink.
That is a drink, you're right. Okay, cool. So this isn't more of a conspiracy, this is probably true, but I want to know your thoughts on this one. So,
oh my god.
Conspiracy says...
This fucking £6 vodka is killing me.
Say something for me, mate, I'll be there soon.
You better fucking have me.
Cool, so what do you guys think about this? There's a selective group of few men and women that control the entire world's politics while hiding in the shadows through puppet politicians.
You think, like, you're talking like Illuminati type thing?
Essentially, yeah. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you believe it? And it's fucking weird, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, so I think there's definitely more people, like there's people around there that have more powers than we think they have. Like, their name might be in the limelight every so often, but not as much as actual politicians.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there is people. I think this could be a true statement.
Yeah, I think so, because when you see like there's the big companies out there, like, you know, the one that like owns like Paramount and that, there's like is it the Big Six or something like that?
Yeah.
There's like the big companies which names you wouldn't even recognise. They're conglomerates, is it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, corporate. Yeah, but yeah, I think what I would say on that, I don't think in terms of like the whole world politics. I think individual countries, that's a shout, especially in America. When you look at American politics, it's very much like, you know, donations, like lobbying and stuff, like the NRA, the National Rifle Association, I believe, like the big gun, basically the big gun company in America. Yeah. Like, part of the reason that proper gun control and stuff like that won't ever probably be brought in is because the NRA pays billions of pounds towards politicians every like campaign and stuff. So, and politicians obviously don't want to lose that. So like that kind of thing, especially in America, where it's like big companies paying off politicians, that sort of thing. I think that's definitely. I mean, that happens. I mean, look at Russia, for example.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we literally the term oligarch was literally invented to describe Russian billionaires who have influence in politics. You know, but without being a politician. You know, so I think on an individual country basis, then yeah, I would say so. But in terms of like one big group that controls the world, I don't think so.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to find here. So there's 6 corporations that control 90% of the media. So there's Comcast, Disney, CBS, Viacom, News Corporation, and AT&T. A few of them you wouldn't even think, like Comcast. Who the fuck's Comcast? But they own fucking everything.
Yeah, Comcast.
Disney, of course. Of course, Disney's up there because Disney's fucking huge. But like Viacom, I didn't realise how big Viacom were.
I've never heard of Viacom.
Exactly, and they control like Nickelodeon, MTV, Paramount, you know, shitloads.
Yeah. Good damn.
Which, that's what I mean. I'm convinced that there's people out there whose names we don't even know. Like, think like the Rothschild family. Yeah. Like, surely they'd be up there. But like, no, it's always like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, you know what I mean?
On that, here's an like slightly related but interesting bit of trivia for you that I've just remembered. You know, obviously we're on about like companies owning different companies that you didn't even know about, that sort of thing. Obviously, like Fanta is owned by Coca-Cola, right? But
oh shit,
Matt, when you were in America, did you have a Fanta over there?
I don't think I did. No.
Right. Weird question, but basically, if you did, you'd notice that it tastes different over there. And it's like, okay, why? That's weird. Some things just taste different, but whatever. But it turns out like back in the day, like Coca-Cola sold the rights to Fanta in the UK, but in the US they only sold the naming rights, not the actual like drink. So in America they bought the name so they can call stuff Fanta, but the drink isn't actually the same drink. It's just like orange soda essentially, but they have the they have the naming rights so they could call it Fanta. That's completely, it's unrelated, but it's just a bit of funny trivia I remembered.
Yeah. No, that's interesting. That you wouldn't know.
So is Fanta in America one of those things that tastes worse over there than over here, or better?
You know what? I would say I like the taste more of the one over there, but like everything in America is like pumped full of sugar and loads of stuff. It's like it's designed to make you want to keep getting one.
They don't quite have the sugar tax we have in the UK.
But then they have free refills over there, don't they, in diners and stuff.
That's why Prime's taking so long, because the regulations here are so different to America. America's like, yeah, whatever, approved.
You what?
Yeah, Matt, you're very loud right now, I don't know why.
1 sec.
In the meantime.
Well, that was close.
I dread to think what's actually happening because I just keep hearing and then silence.
Yeah. Like
oh God.
Sorry, I was turning my fish fingers. Yeah, it's why like Prime is taking so long to get to the UK, because there's so many regulations here, whereas in America they're like, yep, fuck it, has it got sugar in? Yep, no problem.
Yeah, literally.
Like certain American foods that we don't deem as like safe enough to eat here. Like we can't have that. Like their chicken is like chlorinated and stuff like that. Like that kind of thing. It's horrific. Like I had a KFC in America. And I didn't understand why. Like in America, KFC and Domino's are known as like the lower end of the takeaway spectrum, whereas here they're like the god tier, aren't they? Like getting over there, I had chicken there, and it's my God, it's not good.
Okay, cool. Next one. So this is a bit more of a conspiracy one. This is quite different, but Stephen, you could probably relate to this one.
Oh God!
Everyone secretly dislikes you and is just pretending to be your friend.
Oh.
This sounds like less of a conspiracy, more of do we think that's true for us?
Yeah. Have you ever considered it?
Oh, definitely. I think everybody's considered that, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
do you consider that now?
Not anymore. I wouldn't say anymore.
Now that I've retired from YouTube, no.
Stephen's like, ask for it daily.
No, I do sometimes, not with like people like our sort of group now, but you know, sort of say friends of friends that you kind of meet through a friend, that kind of thing, and it's like, do they actually like me, or are they just kind of being nice to me because we've got a mutual friend and we're going to spend time together?
Yeah. No, I think that one quite a lot before.
Like, and if so, that's fine. Like, you can't begrudge them that. If anything, that's being an adult, you know. But it's it's just one of those things that I definitely constantly think.
Yeah.
I definitely do that. I don't know about you two. I do that when I meet like boyfriends of friends of mine, or girlfriends of friends of mine.
Fuck yeah!
Like when you meet them, and it's like you're actually friends with obviously your friend, but then you're hanging out with their boyfriend or girlfriend as well. It's like, do they actually like me, or are we just like, do we just know what the situation is and we're going to be spending time together?
Yeah. Oh, you can just tell, can't you? When someone says, "Oh yeah, my boyfriend said that he really likes you," or like he thinks you're sound, just like he doesn't. He doesn't.
He doesn't. He told you what you wanted to hear.
He thinks I'm a cunt and he knows it.
Yeah, there's a few people I can say that about.
I think there's a few people both of us can say stuff about.
Well, if it means anything, my missus loves you guys. Like probably the most out of the group now. You guys and Geordie, like.
Matt, to be fair, you did just say when girls say that, just ignore it because it's not true.
Oh shit!
I know, I did. I was there thinking like, oh no, my missus is different, but yeah, no, I've just contradicted myself there.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, cool. Right, so flipping the switch again. Next conspiracy. So that the government has to deal with aliens that they are allowed to abduct and probe us in exchange for technology.
No. I think if that was the case, our technology would be a lot further advanced than it is.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get on board with that one. I'm sorry.
I didn't come up with it. Don't worry.
I think in this day and age as well, like that's like everybody's got a camera phone, you know, that sort of thing. It's like you notice that like sightings of spirits and UFOs and stuff like that have suspiciously gone down now that everybody's got camera phones.
No, you're absolutely right. No, I'm with you.
It's that sort of thing. It's like. It's a good thing as well. It's like when you look at things in America with like police brutality and stuff. It's like everybody's being fucking filmed. You know, you can't get away with the shit anymore.
Yeah.
But also, things that we all kind of half wanted to believe, like UFOs and ghosts, we now kind of think, well, you know, the evidence has kind of disappeared suddenly when everybody's got the opportunity to prove it.
No, I just can't get on board with that one because. I don't know, it's just a bit too fantasy, if that makes sense. Like, there's a borderline, and that just passes it.
I tell you what then, related to that, here's a question. Oh, I guess everybody have a drink.
I've been having drinks for each one of these conspiracies.
So, related to that, I would say, do you reckon any government has already had experience with aliens and has just kept it to themselves, like obviously for the greater good, but you know, do you reckon any government has had experience with aliens? Do you reckon aliens have visited and the governments have just kept it to themselves and decided that's the best course of action?
I'd like to say yes, however, I don't know if I believe myself. Like, but for my own brain, I want to say yes, just because then it keeps the question of open. Are aliens real? You know, like I don't know. It's difficult.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's so much shit about like Area 51. Do I believe there's aliens at Area 51? No, I think they're at Area 52. But yeah, no, I think there's documents out there where they've recorded like that there is unidentified flying objects, not necessarily aliens, and the government has said like we don't know what these are. But then you go back to Roswell, things like that, and they're like, yeah, so we know about this species, they're called blah 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 blah. But the whole alien thing really like I find interesting because everything that humans have is all concepts that we've created. So even if we try to explain to an alien, this is our number system, we still constructed numbers and the use of a number system. So I feel like communicating with aliens, even if they had the technology to translate us, is a lot more tricky than what we think it would be.
Yeah.
Like it's not like just giving them an alphabet, like right, here you go, here's how we speak. Because we've constructed an alphabet, we've constructed a way to translate. We've constructed the word translate, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're on about numbers, interesting bit of trivia. I can't remember who invented maths essentially, like numbers. I think it was like the ancient Mayans or Egyptians, something like that. I learned about it in a maths class at high school. Bit deep for a maths class in high school, but you know. But if you draw like a square with a cross in the middle, you can get every number from 1 to 9 out of that by like drawing, and that's how they used to work with numbers. So like if you say like one of the lines on the side, that's a 1, and then you can draw across. Like it's really interesting. I haven't explained it very well, but
I know what you mean though. No, I know what you mean.
Like if you draw a box on a piece of paper now, you'll see what I mean. To anybody watching this or to you two, you'll see what I mean. Just a square with a cross from corner to corner, and you'll see what I mean. You could draw every number from 1 to 9 in that, and then from there, obviously, you can get
that's sort of
every
like
number.
I'm gonna say that's sort of like the old school digital clocks, though, isn't it? Because
yes, yeah.
That's I think that's what you're trying to say, isn't it, Stephen? Like the old school sort of digital clocks, you could do like they were essentially just a rectangular like sort of shape. And you can, Ooh.
Well, that's definitely something separate to what I was saying, but it's related. I mean, I just remember that was the thing. But getting back to aliens, there's something related to that. If you if aliens did come to Earth, let's say, regardless of whether they were hostile or not, if aliens did come to Earth, do you reckon like the people of Earth would come together, or do you reckon it would be like pandemonium? Get in! Fucking God! Sorry. Oh, come on,
guys.
Yeah.
I think it would be. I think people would. It'd be chaos, just because the people that always believed in aliens will be so like thrilled with joy that they were right, and the people who didn't believe were wrong. I think it would lead to like some sort of big ass fucking argument, potentially a war. And then the aliens are just sat there like,
oh
what
shit!
the fuck
Hang on,
is
is
the
that
species?
TBG? Sorry, I think I've just.
What the?
You know what? I think I can see TBG out my window, but I don't know them well enough by appearance to, like, to shout out the window.
Oh mate, I really want to come. Stop.
But yeah, no, I agree. I think because if you think about it, like when you go on holiday, like if you go to Spain or if you go somewhere like that, if you meet other English people, it's like, you know, if you're in the UK, it's like, oh, you're from Liverpool, I'm from Manchester, fucking rivalry. If you go down to London, it's like, oh, well, we're from the north, you know, both of us. And if you go on holiday, it's like, well, we're from England, you know, and you all kind of join together. It's like if aliens from another country came, from another planet, you know, that could have everyone go, well, you know, we're fucking Earth.
I don't know, I feel like, let's I
was going to say, at the same time, obviously, Matt, you've seen Man of Steel, haven't you?
Mate, I was thinking about it earlier, actually.
But that kind of explores the idea of, well, that and I suppose Batman v Superman, but Man of Steel especially, that kind of explores the idea of, like, how people in this day and age would react to an alien just, you know, dropping down, and, you know, it was like, you know, challenges our own sense of priority in the universe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
like. I feel like in terms of like, let's say alien number one dropped down in America and America captured it or whatever. I think America would say to other countries, "Oh, you can come and test this alien for millions of dollars just to make money out of it."
I don't think they'd do that. I think America would test it and they wouldn't tell anybody else.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then they've got an advantage over other countries. They can hold that over other countries, you know.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But then America would instantly get bombed. So it's like a...
no, it wouldn't. Mate, Russia are literally invading Ukraine and they haven't been bombed yet.
True. Anyway.
And for good reason, but, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So, this one is similar, but it's just a statement on its own. So, conspiracy is, what if planet Earth has the only life in all of the universe? I find that really creepy, but I also find the fact that there's life out there also creepy. When you just think that it is just us, there is nothing else out there.
I feel like it'd be more creepy if it was just us. I'll be honest.
I was going to say, I saw a quote the other day that was like, I don't know what's scarier, there being other life out there in the universe or us being the only life in the universe.
No, I think I'd prefer to be other life in the universe. But if we were alone, if it genuinely got proved that we were alone, I'd then be worried about the fact of how small we are and compared to everything. I am anyway, but like, that's just terrifying to me.
I saw a video. I saw a video a few days ago that was literally like comparing the size of like Earth to like the rest of the universe and stuff like that. Yeah. And it was like
nothing.
My God, we're here. Matt, you're there. We're both of us just like, oh, you know, fucking, don't know if I can afford this week. It's like, our lives are so tiny compared to the universe. Like, why the fuck are we caring so much?
We are on a floating rock orbiting around a sun, which is orbiting around a star, a fucking galaxy. Like, what the fuck? And we're paying tax. Like, what's this shit about?
Yeah, literally.
I find it really creepy.
Don't get me started on tax. Fuming at that shit.
Yeah, telling me, mate. Like, yeah, your new job. Oh, money. Oh, tax.
Genuinely, right? I would not be surprised if the government, like UK government in specific, I would not be surprised if they suddenly started taxing for air. Like, genuinely at this point.
Well, they've got the clean air zones in Manchester and Birmingham. I'm guessing London as well. So technically, you're on something there.
That's very true, actually. Like, everything that I'm currently looking at in my room has had some form of tax put on it. and I hate it.
Is it just kids' clothes that doesn't have tax, or like baby clothes or something?
Well, Sam
that you
would
don't
know.
get tax on?
Sam would know.
Yeah.
I think it's baby's clothes. I think it's also.
That's why I buy a lot of them. That's why I buy a lot of them.
Yeah, there's something as well. I can't remember what it is. Shut up, Stephen. There's something as well. I can't remember what it is, but obviously, like female like sanitary towels and like pads and stuff like that are all taxed, and I don't.
No, they're not anymore. They're not anymore.
Are they not?
They were, but there was such an outlook because obviously they got sanitary towels and period products, stuff like that. They got classed as a luxury item, and so you could tax them more. And then there was rightfully absolute fucking outrage about that.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And then I believe they got rid of. I don't know if they got rid of the tax, but I know they became like available for free in like sexual health centres. You know, like condoms are.
Yeah. I think in Morrison's, if you say a word, they'll give you like a free pack over the counter and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean that's fucking absolutely right. Great. I know stuff like with food and stuff, like certain things will be like bread. You can't tax bread.
It's like essential, is it not?
That's right. I remember it's like. Do you remember a few years ago there was that whole thing with Jaffa cakes? It was like, is it a biscuit? Is it a cake?
Yeah.
And it's because
it went to court, didn't it?
It's because I can't remember which way round it is, but one of them is taxed and one of them isn't. And they've been claiming it. I believe they've been claiming that they were a cake, so they wouldn't be taxed.
Yeah.
And then it was like found that they were a biscuit and they had to pay tax, some shit like that.
Thing is though, I still agree that they're a cake because biscuits are crunchy. Like, you think of a biscuit, you think of something like digestive, crunchy, you know? Whereas you think of a Jaffa cake, they're literally called Jaffa cake, and when you bite into it, it is a cake texture. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but to be fair, like it's like the definition of a cake is so broad because it's like Subway. Do you see Subway bread is technically classed as a cake?
Yeah.
Sugar content.
Yeah. It's like bananas being classed as a berry.
What?
That's what. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's bananas. They're classed as berries.
Someone's googling that.
I can hear Matt googling it now.
Fucking berry.
Yeah, a banana is a berry. Like it's that
that's
old,
mad.
like, you know. And there's certain vegetables that are fruits and certain fruits that are vegetables.
But then again, there's all sorts of that shit. It's like looking at like monkeys. If you're like, what is it, orangutans? It's like they're not classed as apes. They're their own thing. Even though they're in every single way a fucking ape, they're not classed as an ape.
And like we share, what is it? It's like 50% of our DNA with like fucking like coconut or some shit like that. I can't remember what it is, but it's something weird.
Something like that. Which is so weird when you deep it. That's so fucking weird. 50% of our DNA is that of a coconut.
I think it was a coconut. I can't remember what type of thing.
I've seen that before as well. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Is it even bananas?
I can't remember. I really can't remember, but yeah.
But then evolution though, that's something. Funny enough, Kira fucking didn't know what evolution was. But
sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you missed that. She was saying she didn't know. She thought dinosaurs and humans were around at the same time. And then she was, and then when she found out that they weren't, she was like, "Well, how did humans come about then?" And we had to explain how fucking evolution works.
Is this just one of her blonde moments, Reece? Oh no.
They're always blonde moments.
Oh,
but it's like lobsters, for example. We like devolved from lobsters like 70 million years ago, but antidepressants still work in lobsters because they've got the same circulatory system.
That's so weird.
So like antidepressants have a similar effect on lobsters as they do on humans.
Oh, don't! It's proper freaking me out. I'm getting like twitches and jitters and stuff. Stop. Oh, that's weird, man.
Okay, cool. So this one that is I find really interesting. So
how long? How long we got left? Because my phone's on 5%.
About 5 minutes, mate.
5 minutes.
All right.
We'll just say this is the last one, unless the next one's good.
All right.
So mattress firms are something more sinister and powerful than we could possibly imagine.
Wait, what is?
Mattress stores.
Mattress stores. Stores.
Yeah.
Shops that sell mattresses for beds.
Have you not seen this before?
No.
You've not seen the mattress stores?
I've seen the mattress theory before. Because I'm sorry, but when have you ever had a conversation with somebody that's ever buying a mattress?
Yeah, so mattresses, obviously, they last a fucking long time, like 10 years. Mattress stores are fucking everywhere. If you look online where mattress stores are, there's fucking loads of them. Yeah. And whenever you drive past one, there's never anybody inside. Mattress stores are basically where the money laundering thing came from, because, you know, they use laundrettes to launder money. Yeah. Basically, the new thing is now that mattress stores are like the new money laundering.
I can 100% get on with this, because honestly, there's so many mattress stores.
And they're always fucking empty.
Get in! Come on, Mason! Sorry. No, yeah, I would say...
Mason Greenwood?
No. Oh, God, no.
Put that on Twitter. Put that on Twitter.
No, I would say mattress stores, no. But one thing I would say I saw on Twitter is, what about Shoe Zone?
Oh, 100% money laundering.
Shoe Zone, fucking like £5 pairs of shoes. There's one in my small town where everybody's fucking broke. I've never even seen people in there. Like, there's Shoe Zones in London. It's like, it's like, how much money is Shoe Zone making? They've got to be a fucking front.
Yeah, but just think, Debenhams closed down. Like Topshop, Topman, all that shit closed down. They were massive chain like stores, but Shoe Zone. Nah, it's bullshit, mate.
To be fair though, on that, if you think like Debenhams and all them, they have such a wide range of clothes. Like they probably spend so much money on getting stock in, whereas Shoe Zone, they've only got to get shoes in. You know, and they'll be getting cheap shoes as well.
I think, right, here's my conspiracy theory, right? This is one I've just made up randomly whilst thinking about this. Things like, like Shoe Zone or whatever.
Shagging kids isn't actually that bad. Yes, it is, Sam.
Please, it's not that. Shoe Zone, I reckon the reason why they can get away with selling shoes so cheap is because it's the shoes that have maybe been sort of put to the side because they've had like defects and stuff. What do you think? I don't know.
Interesting.
What? So like
they buy the faulty shoes.
So they buy faulty shoes from other shops and then sell them.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the shop I've bought from Shoe Zone before, it was like years ago, and the shoes are never like for them to be worth buying. They'd have to have barely any defect. Like you can't even notice it. At which point, surely it's just worth buying new products rather than.
But then you have the argument of there's things like I know I'm going back onto fruits and stuff here, but things like if a banana isn't a certain length, in some shops they won't take it, so like they get thrown out.
Yeah, they get thrown out. They don't then sell them to Lidl.
Is that why Stephen's not had sex in so long?
Yeah, because Stephen gets thrown.
Yeah, that's why. Because I can't find bananas.
Kills found out that Stephen's 50% coconut and went, no.
I'm 50% coke or something.
You can have some coke. You can have some coke off my nuts.
Oh my god.
Oh my! Oh, thank God.
On that note, I think we ended.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a good thing we ended there because the next one was we're living in a simulation. So maybe we should save that for another day.
No. Let's do that. Because I actually made a full video on that, the computer simulation theory.
Gentlemen, we're living in a simulation. What's your thoughts?
You know what? That is my. You know what? I'll let Sam talk first because I've got a few thoughts on it.
I think it is, you know.
Is that
I think it is. No, sorry, I was mid-cough when you caught me off guard. I think it is a simulation, and I think it is purely because... I'm sorry.
The pigeons.
I'm sorry, I did not choose to have this much of a difficult life, and it just happened. My life's not even difficult.
Right. The pigeons. It's the fucking pigeons.
Yes, Matt.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No.
Right, no, I put a lot of time looking into this a few years ago. I made a video about it. And, like, the base idea of it, of the computer simulation theory, is that, like, we aren't just, like, the first simulation. We're, like, a simulation of a simulation recurring. We're, like, the 50 millionth simulation. You know? Ooh. And then it's the idea that, it's the idea that, like, everybody you meet when you're walking down the street, they're not real people. They're just like set dressing. They're like NPCs in a video game. It's the idea that like they don't actually have real life, because you only see them when you see them. You don't know about their fucking lives. It's like, maybe if you speak to somebody, you interact with them, and they've got stock phrases that they reply to you with, But it's that concept of the computer simulation. I honestly think if we're talking like creation ideas, I think that personally is both my favourite and the most plausible.
I like that. No, I'm with you. The whole thing about when people aren't there, they don't exist, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like in that Doctor Who episode, Stephen. Like that's something which I think, like when we are filming this podcast, you two aren't real.
Exactly. That's the like you have no idea. It's like, I mean, on another level, it's like when you describe the colour orange. When you look at the colour orange, how do we know that both of us are looking at the same colour? How do we know that both of our oranges are exactly the same?
And how do you explain it? Because you just physically you can't explain it. Your orange could be my white.
It would explain why BMW drivers are such dickheads because they can't see the same green or red on traffic lights.
I mean, it would explain though why people have different favourite colours. Maybe all our favourite colour is the same colour. We just see them differently.
Yeah.
God, don't let me deep this.
You know what? I think that's a perfect time to end.
Yeah, because now you got me thinking, are my blinds actually black or are they just like a different colour?
If you've made it to this point in the episode, comment down below whether you think we're all living in a simulation.
Geordie, comment below.
Anyway,
Cool,
guys,
brilliant.
it's been a great
episode.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I'm very drunk.
Well, have a good night out, Stephen. Matt, have a good sleep. I'm going to have a good sleep as well.
Oh, Stephen, I really want to come, mate.
Same.
Don't keep fucking saying that I'm not coming.
I know, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, let's not.
If you give me some money, I'll come.
Mate, I had to borrow money from
note.
Sam for tonight.
Sam can borrow some money from you.
Sam, can you lend Matt 20 quid?
Matt, I had to send Stephen a message saying, Stephen, I'm breaking into my savings to send you this money.
That's funny.
We take care of each other here at the Pour One Out podcast.
So you wouldn't mind doing it again, is what I'm hearing. Cool, right, everyone have a good night. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you all in the next episode.
See you later.
See ya.
everybody.
Bye-bye.